right in between Lottery and Waste Station. First game, King of the Hill on streets, and just a bunch of, I guess, early firefights trying to push in for power weapons.
As we're watching Shroom Tech back A, we're gonna watch as we kind of focus this rocket play here. We want this rocket to secure the hill. No one really choosing to play hill until now, and it does end up falling into the hands of Lottery as Waste Station pushes up the driveway here. We do see Shroom Tech taken out, but 2 down for Waste Station.
2 down, and it's going to be a series of, I'm going to assume, like a series of very tense fights between both teams. We see Lottery still controlling on, getting to that 25% on the first hill, and it's going to certainly depend on how each team rotates spawns and also rotates individual fights to see who's able to get points on the board.
Lottery taking the lead right now, almost halfway, a little over halfway with that hill time here, but it's F1 Shady with that hot dog weenie cooker who pushes in, does a little bit of damage, and now it's a 2v2 situation here as I believe Waste Station is just fighting for their lives here, trying to get a little bit of time on the hill as it falls into the hands of Waste Station here. What we need to see out of them is a strong hold, maybe a team wipe or 2 on Lottery for them to catch up this hill time, because right now all Lottery needs is one good push, and this could mean hill for them.
Getting the first hill would be pretty prudent in setting momentum, but really we're starting to see Waste Station pushing from all sides almost, finally getting the hill, but then immediately dropping again to Lottery, and it's just been that entire fight as one of Lottery's players thrown across the map with a grenade.
That was such an acrobatics act for you there, but as we're just struggling back and forth, punches coming through to fight over this hill, Waste Station takes this hill, but again, Lottery needs one perfectly placed rocket shot to take down the teammates of Waste Station. But again, we're just seeing a sort of trade after trade situations. Waste Station puts bodies back on this hill, and the last player from Lottery ends up taking down that player of Waste Station, securing them that very first hill of King of the Hill on streets.
And even as Lottery takes the first hill, they immediately have someone on the second hill in C. Excellent communication on the side of Lottery, but now Waste Station starting to slowly move back, pushing Bump and Scatter in to finally take down Slicka. Is this supposed to be Slickapie?
Slickaspie.
I see. That will be. This is going to be a routine thing where I mispronounce names by accident, not on purpose. As we start to see Waste Station slowly trying to gain points to avert the scenario that happened on the last hill.
I was definitely pulling your string there. I'm pretty sure it's slick as pie, but as you say it, Waste Station has put half of the time on this hill that they need to have a comfortable place to put down some slays, take a little bit of damage here. 1 falls for Waste Station, but that's 2 dead for Lottery, as we need to maybe throw some more bodies on this hill, denying, Lottery a chance to catch up, but we're choosing to peek and poke back C. 3 fall down for Waste Station. Lottery takes the hill into their hands.
Quickly getting control of the hill, but almost pulling back from it, trying to fight with this, trying to slay some, understanding that they were down 2 lives. Quickly we're starting to see, I would say, a little bit of a push from Waste Station to try to get this hill and make it 1-1. I don't know how exactly that's going to work as Slick as Pie going down across the map, and it does seem like it's going to be a Waste Station hill.
It definitely wanted to be a Waste Station hill, and as it's a 1-1 game, Waste Station's still in a comfortable spot in this game. It's still anybody's game. This middle hill is one of the most jam-packed, full of action hills. As 1 rocket falls, we end up meeting the enemy team here, not getting to pick up that rocket, but we do see Lottery put some more bodies on this hill there, and we're just trying to poke out where these spawners are coming from. A little bit of that locator there in tires doesn't really show much, but we do end up getting 2 down for Waste Station. Lottery still has bodies in this hill.
Lottery still does. Finally, Waste Station able to take down the body in the hill, but now quickly we're starting to see, in those few moments as we were talking, Lottery was able to get around halfway to scoring, and that's going to be very difficult, especially since mid is a very tough place to hold overall, even with the changes made about like 2 months ago. So it really is going to depend on if your team's able to apply pressure against the other team, or will you start losing the hill overall.
One thing I keep seeing with these hills is one team gets a very good, rooted hold to the hill. A great Hail Mary out of the hands of F1 Shady, denying a few more bodies on that hill to Lottery, but we're seeing Lottery once again lose their footing, not really able to hold it through the entire hill. And it's the same story for Way Station. It's kind of a last second jitters, we lose our footing, and it's again a just jammed, action-packed fight for that hill control back. You never know whose it's going to be, but here it does seem to be looking like it's going to be a Lottery hill.
Just barely, though, as Way Station pushing into ATM, trying to hold on as much as they can, trying to deny them also of Rockets, getting a few kills. Then we start to see F1 Shady grabbing the Rockets to deny them. Maybe he'll be able to get a few good kills. Doesn't waste one, gets the kill on the second one, and now having to defend the hill against almost the entirety of Lottery. Mr. CJ finally getting the kill in stairs, and not too much happening, but Lottery finally taking on the hill and immediately rotating onto the third hill, or onto the fourth hill.
Hologram is my favorite hill because you just kind of know, especially in matchmaking, where they're going to be coming from, and Way Station has a very good foot on this hill right now as 2 fall for Lottery. Way Station opens up some free hill time for themselves, as we know they're going to be spawning far away, forcing them to spawn like top C stairs Ivy. They have the farthest to get to this hill, so throw bodies on it. Make sure you force those spawns to be where you're ready for them to be here. But it does seem that 2 fall down for Way Station, which is exactly what Lottery needs to put bodies on this hill.
Certainly. I mean, when you're playing any sort of King of the Hill, understanding where the enemy is going to be spawning, it will be crucial, almost as crucial as power weapons themselves. And we're starting to see Lottery able to recognize where spawns are coming from and being able to adapt as necessary, something Way Station hasn't particularly been able to do, even with F1 Shady having 21 kills, Shroom Tech getting an overkill and being able to wipe the slate clean. But no one's grabbing onto the hill just yet for Lottery. It seems like they're wasting a few of their points that they could really be getting.
Yeah, we're kind of playing Slayer here. We want those kills. We're hungry for those slays here. But what we need is that defense. We need to be able to keep bodies on this hill. A killing spree out of Shroom Tech is going to be what we need to keep bodies on this hill. Rockets coming up in 1 second. And Way Station not close enough to get those rockets. Another hill falls into the hands of Lottery, and so do our rockets. Way Station not looking too hot in this game. They really have to pull it together and play perfect Halo for them to keep themselves in this game.
Certainly, but also I just want to point out, I have casted Halo Rec League a few times before, and every single time the 3-1 curse comes to bite one of the teams in the butt. And it is, I don't know if it's just my terrible luck with them or something else, as quickly Lottery getting almost halfway through, but finally Way Station being able to at least contest a little bit before immediately dropping down.
A 3-1 curse coming from the hands of War Eagle himself. 2 fall for Lottery, and Way Station has a chance to throw bodies on this hill, but the spawns are back A. The perfect place for you to spawn for this hill, because you could just run back A. You have a little bit more cover. You're not really coming up that driveway there, but we're doing a great part. Old Mr. CJ here and Rod are doing a great pinch, keeping the bodies of Lottery off the hill, but we do have those players who are spawning up, going in here for that flank type play here, as 2 fall for Lottery, only 1 falls for Way Station, and Way Station looks like they're not ready to give up their chance to take this game.
Certainly not yet. They are down, but they are not out. Oh, Mr. CJ trying to survive last second, getting the kill on the Shroom Tech, and keeping alive the hopes of Way Station, as Lottery not able to finish it out 3-2, but almost immediately Lottery has moved 2 of their players onto this hill.
A quick play rotation out of Lottery gets them that first amount of hill time, like you said. Old Mr. CJ with a great place. Plasma gets a double kill trade. It's a 2v3 situation. Slick as Pie gets one rocket, one wasted. The other one gets our F1 Shady here, but what we really needed was that second rocket to maybe keep Waystation off this hill, get them a lot more hill time, be a lot more aggressive, but we don't see that come here. But Lottery's still playing what it seems to be that time card. We're running down the time here, forcing them to throw bodies on there maybe a little bit to waste some time here. But as we throw bodies onto the hill, we are very, very close to Lottery taking this last hill here and making it a 4-2 game.
Making it 4-2 if only Waystation does not have every single one of their members down in these crucial seconds. This will be game 1 for Lottery. Such a close series of early hills, but Lottery able to welcome back. Our little technical issue is indeed fixed now, and we quickly move into Slayer, Aquarius. If you're just joining in, Lottery won a pretty convincing first game, 4-2 against Waystation, but both teams looking eager to try to get either their second win or their first win of the series.
Yeah, and as Shroom Tech has that heat wave, he does a little loop-de-loops, confuses the enemy team just a little bit to get away, but it is Cyber Ninja who picks up this QT, ready to QT all over the place. Hopefully we can use this QT to the best of our abilities and we don't end up, you know, dying before we get a chance to use it, but we use it to get away here. 2 fall for Waystation. It's a 5-1 game on our Aquarius map here, and like you said, War Eagle, the Lottery team is playing extremely tight together, playing well together, already assists on the board off of everyone, and if you look, assists are equal to kills, everybody's team shooting.
Really early push from Lottery that was almost like so disruptive to Waystation's gameplay. You saw them very quickly, 3 kills. Now we're up to 7-3. Series of grenades going off. Shroom Tech trying to do a little bit of a flank, but not able to do anything too much. And it does seem like Lottery just playing the better team plays overall.
Right, and as Shroom Tech pushes our top pumps here, that should have been a kill there, but he does end up falling unlucky. 3 also fall for Lottery, but they have a little bit of a security blanket. It's only 10-7 in favor of Lottery here. Slick as Pie, currently 3-1, just peeking and poking, not realizing there's someone behind him. Does end up trying to get away here, pushing our pumps. Gets 1 kill as he's desperating for his life, not seeing that there's 2 of Waystation. Oh my freaking gosh, pushing behind them. The double kill, the nades, the damage come through, and Slick as Pie just doesn't die.
Being able to turn around and get 2 kills after almost dying himself, that is really something to see in the in any Halo game whatsoever. Hoodler trying to get a kill, having the quantum translocator on hand, but immediately going down from bump and scatter. Slick as Pie trying his best against F1 Shady, and it's just like, Lottery has a 5-kill advantage right now, but you could just see one team fight going in the side of Waystation, and this could be a very different game.
Yeah, definitely not as steamrolly as I thought it would be. We're still keeping right at the heels of Lottery here, but with a killing spree and these nades, a little bit of teamwork coming through for Lottery. Oh my gosh, whatever I'm trying to say, we're going to see them take the map control, and now they have the aggression and the momentum that they want to work off of, and now we're just going to watch them slay out.
Certainly, 20-12, Shroom Tech getting a back smack onto old Mr. CJ himself, and it's 22-13. Maybe I jinxed him just a little bit. Maybe I... This happens every single game I cast. Like, no matter the difference. Shroom Tech trying to his best just to survive. He does get the kill, but immediately almost a trade out with bump and scatter. No, he took someone else down. I'm just blind. As we start to see now 25 kills halfway through for Lottery. I expect to see Lottery start to press down on the Waystation, make them make mistakes so that this game will go by quickly.
You're blind and I can't say lottery. It's a match made in heaven as lottery takes 26-17, really working off of each other. Hoodler really popping off here. He's a sub tonight, but a damn good one, I've got to say.
Certainly. I mean, I think I've seen both of these teams play before, but Hoodler didn't really show a lot of like. I didn't see him like pop off last game, so it could be a scenario where every single game someone else from Lottery shows their skill. And if that happens, then that's really fun. I gotta say, it's always very enjoyable to see like every single player find their moment to succeed and just pop off. Not a lot of action from Waystation though. Every single player not getting too many kills, but a good amount of assists.
Slick as pie just doesn't die as he gets himself a kill on Rhodey here. We meet another one in our bottom pumps. There was that maybe a ninja, a back smack there, I'm not sure. As 3 fall for Waystation, it's now a 10-point game. Definitely not something you want to see here on Aquarius. As soon as the game gets 10 points ahead of you, that enemy team is just going to absolutely run the mill with you.
Certainly going to create a much more Herculean effort for Waystation as they continue to just run into firefight after firefight and get mowed down. 3 down for Waystation, 1 for Lottery, and all it is just Rhodey trying to hold off his best and not being able to do too much. At this moment for Waystation, they gotta pick their fights very carefully, or this will go into Game 3 in the advantage of Lottery.
You could still come back from this. There's still plenty of time on the board here. This game has gone by quite fast, but we see here it is Rhodey who picks up those dino sticks here. We want to see them possibly pick up the QT and the rest of the equipment on the map here, possibly putting it to use to get that drop on Lottery, or maybe just being able to switch them up and trick them to putting themselves in a position where you could easily slay out.
Certainly, as you saw Rhodey just holding on to Quantum, holding a position to contest QT, but moving away, trying to get a slay, getting a good kill onto, I believe that was Slick as Pie. And as you were saying earlier, there is a chance for Waystation to come back, but it is going to be a very arduous one. It's going to take a almost completely like perfect play. They cannot drop a single kill. As we see 38-32, maybe we're seeing it seeing it live right now.
F1 Shady said, I might not be assisting, but I'm definitely gonna top frag here. We're gonna see maybe Waystation try to group up, duo up, and try to use more guns during those gunfights here. But Lottery really peeking and poking, knowing where they're setting up, knowing that they're kind of split across the map. It's kind of chaos for Waystation right now. And Lottery is definitely going to jump and eat off that.
Chaos will never be your friend if you're down down below. 41 for Lottery, 33 for Waystation, only 9 kills remaining. These last 4 minutes were a crawl as both teams just trying to, gather up their own momentum, and now a series of fights back and forth. 42-35, Shroom Tech trying to get a few kills, so close to Waystation, getting shot in the back, but dropping down. And now we're starting to see a lot closer of a game.
Hoodler bottom yellow table as the team spawns up. He does a great job rotating backwards just a little bit, having the help there. As F1 Shady wants to be a cutie, the cutie is 1 second away from popping up, but we know Lottery is going to be watching it. We know that that's going to be the most wanted utility on the map right now. So F1 Shady gets taken down, not having any really help from the rest of Waystation to take down the enemy team there. The QD looks like it's going to fall into the hands of Lottery again, but Waystation not really giving up. 45-40. We just need 5 more kills.
5 more kills remaining, but Waystation fighting for every single kill they need. A quick turnaround from earlier in this game, 47-40, but still it seems like Waystation keeps dropping those like absolutely critical deaths only 2 remaining for Lottery as we start to see Hoodler trying to just throw his dino around. Not too much happening. 1 more kill remaining. Will Lottery be able to get it in the next few seconds? As I'm starting to talk, they do. No, never mind. I lied. As Roddy just barely dying, and it happens. Hudler, no, F1 Shady died.
Every single game mode here. Sometimes we see people hit almost 50 kills in a game of Oddball, so you never know what to expect here, and it's all about this opening break as we follow Waste Station. Sniper OV coming up in just a few short seconds here. We've got 10 seconds on both. I'm sorry, the sniper falling into the hands of, I believe it was Lottery. Lottery, I think, lost that sniper when Slick as Pie went down, but Overshield is coming up here in a few short seconds. The repulsor down in our dummy door. That could be a dangerous situation for Overshield.
Certainly. Oh my goodness, F1 Shady being able to get the 2 kills and being able to grab, so close to grabbing the Overshield, not close enough. I was kind of confused why Lottery had quickly gone to quickly grab the ball itself, but it works out well for Lottery as they have not only Sniper, not only Overshield, but the ball as well in A.
Overshield, ball, and now Sniper, and Overshield's got Sniper. Some Cyber Ninja is going to take off some lucky victim's head here, hopefully missing that shot, wasting those, but keeping that pressure out there, keeping them back and a little scared to push up here, but 30 seconds to 0 in favor of Lottery here, and we're seeing Lottery take this A position. Not really a common position you see people hold. A lot of people like that tower play there, so I'm excited to see how this works out for them, and clearly it's going to fall into the hands of Waste Station as they do a full team wipe onto Lottery, and this is enough for them to get closer to that 30-point mark.
I would always say, take tower first. If you can't hold tower for some reason, hold B. Because you can easily, swap it back, and also the spawn's a little bit more favorable in your hands. Also, a little bit of an interesting play to have your Overshield player also have Sniper. Usually I always feel like have your Overshield player in the action, just to be able to, not let the time waste too much on the Overshield. As the battle of the Overshield continues on, Brody having it... No, he does pop it, but almost getting it completely shredded by Lottery, who just has 3 players zoned right on him.
As we tie this game up, Waste Station putting now 3 more seconds on this ball than Lottery. We do see that A window position being held here, but like we saw on Lottery the first time, Waste Station and Lottery are toe-to-toe. Lottery is collapsing into this hold here, but Waste Station putting out really good damage. Slick as Pie left by himself here, watching the ball, but there's someone top sandbags who pokes him out there. Waste Station doing a great job of staying alive as Rody picks up the ball, puts a few more seconds on it, but Lottery is already respawned, and they're ready for that second push there.
Second push. I mean, really phenomenal job from Waste Station to be able to contain Lottery's pushes forward and to be able to constantly contest them. They're looking very strong. Cyber Ninja going down as well. 1 to 3 lives remaining in this advantage of Waste Station. And I feel like Lottery is getting a little bit too aggressive. They need to start playing a little bit more coordinated and a little bit more, conservatively, because if they die, they have to spawn all the way across the map and rush, and that gives valuable time for Waste Station in terms of points.
Yeah, and Waste Station does not want Lottery to have any points on this ball. As we almost round this round out, it's Hoodler who tries to push in to fall for Lottery as Waste Station denies any kind of push we're seeing here. This Overshield could mean the round here. If Waste Station could get their hands on it, the sniper shot's not going through, and Lottery does pick up that Overshield, but it's completely shredded. The nades are going boom, and the assists are coming through, and Lottery is pushing through. As Cyber Ninja picks up this ball, we want to see them maybe rotate, get the heck out of dodge, so we can put some more time on the ball.
Certainly. I mean, that was a great play from Lottery to be able to finally grab onto the ball. I would start advising just rotate it out. Don't continue to fight in the same spot again and again and again. That's not going to work out very well. Slick as Pie taking down old Mr. CJ. And we continue to see just this brutal back and forth slog between both teams as they're desperate to try to get this first round in this game. Huddler pushing back. Oh my goodness, getting a triple kill. Not able to grab an overkill, unfortunately. I always hate that when I get a triple kill. I just can't get that final kill. It always sucks. And Huddler almost sounded like he's listening to me as he starts rotating it out of A.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to not be so hungry for that overkill. It's an objective game, but Waystation living through a very good push. We do end up seeing them grab the ball here and finally rotating it the heck out of the house window. As we round up this round here, Waystation did exactly what we needed them to do, and we needed them to work together, play off of each other, and now we've seen them play this ball.
Yes, getting the ball, 4 seconds remaining for Waystation. Slick as Pie moving it back into A, but immediately right into Mr. CJ. Bump and Scatter quickly grabbing the ball. 1 second, meaning that Waystation takes the first, I guess, round of this oddball game.
Waystation maybe have like something cooking up real good on the stove in the kitchen. Maybe their mama and grandmama are in there like adding spices and whatnot, adding some love and sunshine to the mix, because I'm smelling some momentum off of Waystation. Maybe even a condition for a reverse sweep if we can see them carry with it. But as we see Lottery starting off strong, 3 go down for Waystation, opening up a chance to pick up this overshield, but no one quite looking at it yet.
I mean, as you were saying, like, Waystation has the conditions set for a good, third game, but Lottery coming out swinging, not wanting to drop this game and potentially end the night out a little bit earlier. Rhodey with the oddball as overshield, very interesting, just tossing it away, letting someone else deal with it, as the entirety of Lottery pretty much just surrounding that mid to overshield area. I didn't like the grouping together. I never really liked grouping together like that.
Yeah, that's an odd play here. Not a lot of free ball time taken advantage of there. We definitely want to see Waystation pick up the ball, and that could have been such an advantage for them. But we do see the ball not quite picked up yet, except it is Shroom Tech who picks it up. It's only a few seconds needed to tie up or even take the lead here, so it's still really anybody's game. Sniper in hand, we're 14-9. Overshield in another 30 seconds. We're seeing the teammates kind of B area in Nest trying to keep those sight lines crossed here, but Sniper inside the hold here. 4 go down for Lottery as Waystation pushes in. Bump and Scatter picks the ball up and takes the lead.
Certainly, we're almost seeing like the corrections that were necessary to win being shown by Waystation as they're able to grab on to Overshield. It does look like CJ grabbing onto it, but immediately Lottery denying an additional effectiveness of the Overshield. You see Cyber Ninja finally take out Bump and Scatter and move the ball out. So I feel like I think they realized, don't keep it in A. That's a terrible idea. Let's move it somewhere away or get some slays in. And it's just been Cyber Ninja's game this series, or this game. Ew, my goodness.
I was starting to wonder if we could ever teach an old dog new tricks, but as we see them trying to go for a pancake, doesn't quite get it. No breakfast for you, sir. We're finally getting the ball out of A. Possibly, hopefully, that's exactly what we need, but Lottery is pushing hard and pressing out, putting the pressure on Waystation, maybe even picking up the notion that they want to rotate it out of this position here, but making it extremely hard.
Lottery coming through the tunnels, trying to just... it's really seeming like Lottery's struggling right now to react and even change, as Rhodey moving back with the flank, getting 1 kill, does not get the second one, but is able to help clear out the entirety of Lottery and give Waystation valuable points on the board, as we're starting to see a little bit of a rotate. It's going to seem like it's going to be pushed right into Lottery as they respawn back in.
Bump and Scatter being our main objective player, and everyone really working around that and working together has really come through for Waystation. The last overshield is up in 5 seconds as we see 2 fall for Waystation. Cyber Ninja pushing in with that heat wave. He comes in contact with one shot and one who is in that house window. We need to see Waystation get this overshield so we don't see them go down a bit, so we don't let Lottery put any time on the objective.
Finally able to grab it after a brutal back and forth. You see a battle for overshield. It is going to be Lottery who grabs it, but immediately it gets shredded down. CJ fighting to the bitter end. Hoodler getting a assist on the back smack, but still, it is going to be a major effort for Lottery. They have to start playing absolutely perfectly in these next 30, 40, 50 seconds.
Playing strong is what Waystation is choosing to do. The ball has been reset, so now the attention is going to shift in the position that Waystation has isn't going to quite work for them right now. We need to kind of put ourselves somewhere else, but Lottery kind of losing their footing as 4 go down. Waystation picks the ball up for themselves, and I gotta say, that's a win condition, as Mikowski would say.
Certainly, unless Lottery is able to make a last-ditch effort. Mr. CJ holding down the fort as long as he can. 5 seconds remaining. They have to play the ball yet again. And it does mean that it's going to be a battle between Shroom Tech and I do believe I saw someone else getting shot in the back. Rody being able to get the kill. But, oh my goodness, Lottery was able to quickly rotate efficiently, but immediately got, like, trampled by Waystation just rushing forward.
They are literally just throwing themselves. Fumble coming through for Lottery, but it's F1 Shady who finally picks up the ball, gets it out of there. But holy cow, it's Slick as Pie who picks up the ball. If we keep at this, it's going to just be a back and forth situation until someone from Waystation puts those final 2 seconds on this ball to take down old Mr. CJ at our top sandbags as Rody picks up Overshield. This is what we need for Waystation to finally bring in this game, and it is Overshield who picks up the ball, and in 2 seconds Waystation has taken game 3 and taken us into a game 4 situation.
So, like, maybe they're good at objective games, like especially when the objectives easily movable.
As we watch Hoodler get 2 right off the back, we're going to see him come right in contact with Rody. Rody lucky enough to take him out of that killing, I mean, almost a killing spree. If he would have taken it any farther, that's a really good flag pull here for our Lottery, but it's Waystation who gets that first flag out, and I'm sorry, I believe it is Lottery who gets that first flag out, and it is Shroom Tech who has those rockets. Still hasn't used the rockets quite yet. 2 full rockets to work with. He's scary. You don't want to come in contact with him, but it's the trade that comes through, and the rockets and I believe Sniper are back base.
Certainly. I mean, we're seeing Lottery every single game they play. They come out swinging, but it really depends on that longer-term endurance if they're able to win. Rockets in Waystation spawn, but no one being able to recognize it, almost like they're just completely ignoring it and trying to play a battle of slays as Hoodler and Slick as Pie quickly taking down 2 members of Waystation and starting to push in Waystation into their own base.
Definitely a communication situation there. We want to see those 1 last rocket come into play there, but Slick as Pie, who just doesn't die, is going to push into our stickies, getting the cross shot into our old Mr. CJ, who gets the kill. Bump and Scatter ends up taking down Slick as Pie, denying that push in for their flag. One thing that Waystation really needs to try to do is push up out of their base after they slay out the team of Lottery here, denying them that constant, like, that spawn trap situation we see here.
Certainly, the spawn trap will be absolutely crucial for any team to win. It does seem like Rockets did despawn out. Unfortunate for both teams. And we're starting to see Hoodler start to flag juggle towards his own base through long haul, desperately trying to get as fast as he can, realizing that only one of his other teammates remain right now, finally getting taken down by Rhodey in the own base of Lottery.
Oh, and what a great little toss there from that player Rhodey who gets the flag into the, I'm sorry, it wasn't Rhodey, who gets the flag into the base. A great death that allowed the flag to be in there, but it's just body after body going down. The desperation for the touch of the flag. That touch must be oh so good, because Hoodler does end up getting it. As their flag is just right on the edge of return, each team takes down 1, 2 of that enemy teammate as F1 Shady's desperately trying to return that flag once again. We end up getting that touch, and now with enough slays on this board, the flag being returned, Lottery takes that first flag cap of Empyrean.
First flag cap. It was almost a desperate gamble by both teams, just barely just rushing as fast as they can, but Waste Station did not have the good spawns in, allowing for Lottery to quickly move in and finally grab the first score of the day. And really, it's the spawn trap situation that's really hurting Waste Station. They need to be able to apply enough pressure to force Lottery out of their normal gaming, like their own strategies.
Exactly, and that's one thing that Lottery is very good at, is forcing them into an uncomfortable position. And now we do see a flag pull on the side of Lottery here. We definitely maybe overzealous on the flag pull there, as we kind of want to stay alive. There wasn't quite enough backup there, but we have enough momentum off of that really first great flag cap we saw from them. The sniper shot coming through, the grav lift is a dangerous place to be. Shroom Tech has 1 bullet to work with. Rhodey in the sights, the bullet misses, so we switch to that BR, getting that last kill, not finding that person behind us on the grav lift, and that grenade not going off, so the damage not being done. 3 dead for Lottery, and Waste Station denies another pull on their flag for Lottery.
Certainly, but the battle of the grav lift finally ends with 3 casualties on both sides. It was very interesting because I think one of Waste Station's players tried to sticky one of I believe it was Shroom Tech, and missed, and then they died. So it's very interesting. A little bit of playing around happening. Finally, very close to rockets, and we have Rhodey finally grabbing on 2 rockets. Will he be able to use them properly with strong enough discipline to not waste rockets?
The communication coming through to tell the teammate to pick up that sniper there in our rocket hall. Definitely something we want, both rockets and sniper. Overshield completely obliterated thanks to the teamwork there. Bump and Scatter gets taken down. The flag pull on Lottery's flag here just falling dead as Lottery denies the flag puller, who I believe was Bump and Scatter, to the respawn screen. And so we don't need to see the acts of desperation coming from Waste Station. We need that formality to come through, like we saw in that last game of Oddball.
Certainly, F1 Shady being able to deny one of Lottery's players, but immediately getting overwhelmed by Lottery, who's able to... No, it was actually Rhodey being able to grab F1 or Lottery's flag, but Hoodler immediately moving back to try to deny them, and it's just not enough coordination for Waste Station to move the flag more than 10-15 feet from Lottery's own base.
The flag runs just keep falling short, but Hoodler's stat line not really looking quite short. Hoodler definitely putting out the damage, comfortable on this map, playing damn good as a substitute for Lottery here. But it is Cyber Ninja with that heat wave, leaving Rhodey absolute. The nade coming through, that's an unlucky situation, a little too hungry for that kill. As 3 fall for Lottery. That opens up enough for Waste Station to push for some map control. That's exactly what Waste Station needs right now, is just a little bit of mid-map control to possibly get the slays down, but Lottery playing strong takes down 2 of Waste Station's crew.
I mean, it's always prudent to have control of the mid, because you know, finally get some pressure off of you, which Waste Station has had the entire game. Bump and Scatter trying to just play a little bit of, you know, support for his teammates. Not able to do too much. Bump and Scatter trying to get the kill. He does get the kill on Cyber Ninja. Rody getting this kill on the Hoodler. I almost called him Rooster by accident. And getting another flag pickup, but not able to get too far. And it's really on like Lottery's ability just to be able to clamp down on any attempt for Waste Station to get a score.
Yeah, they've got a flag on the board, so for them, mid-map control is just maybe slaying out, keeping them away from your base, and then turning back to play that defense. It's not all about the amount of captures, it's the quality of the capture, and that doesn't always mean winning with a 5-cap game. We might see just a 2-0 situation here, as I believe it's Hoodler or Rooster who's grabbing this flag. Hopefully he can cock-a-doodle-doo his whole way home, but he ends up getting taken down. Rody with the cross shot. Waste Station playing hot, but not really being able to pull those quality flags.
No, unfortunately not. Hoodler trying his best, but not able to make it too far out, mostly because he just wasn't with his team. I guess it was just a little bit more of a, let me set up some plays, let me sacrifice myself to be able to, like, you know, ensure that my teammates are able to move in, or maybe it was just a little bit too much of an ambitious play from Lottery, as Hoodler accidentally grabbing onto the Needler instead of the flag, and those few seconds being crucial for Rody to be able to start the process of recapping the flag.
Definitely want to get that recap, and it is F1 Shady who is slaying, praying, and completely running this flag for dear life across this map to tie up this game. And an easy peasy flag run, it seems like. We do end up pulling that flag into home base, sliding it right in, and it's a tied up game with 3 minutes on this clock here. It's now a toe-to-toe situation. We need the pushes, we need the pulls to really mean something here, and we need to start working together, and Waste Station might have just kind of found that groove they needed.
Certainly, or it could be that Lottery's just kind of like doing what they've done every single game, like, you know, take their foot off the gas just a little bit and not being able to like react until their backs are against the wall. F1 Shady with the sniper trying to move into Lottery territory. Seems like no one's nearby. F1 Shady getting pushed. He threw himself off the map.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. 2 minutes remaining in this game. He just looked defeated at that moment.
Hey, he just did a little trick for us. It's a tied game. We're just wasting a little bit of time. Shroom Tech gets that overshield, and Lottery is ready to scratch off another flag pull on the map for them, as it is 2 pushing this time for that flag pull, but those spawners are in that base. We are seeing them not in that mid-map. Overshield pulling a quick one on old Mr. CJ, but that grav lift is a dangerous place, and the war grav lift does take another face.
The war of the grav lift never ending on Empyrean. So close for Lottery. Just needed one more player to help a little bit. Shroom Tech taking down old Mr. or F1 Shady. I keep saying old Mr. CJ too much. Like, we see him on the map, or see him on the camera a lot. He just loves a little bit of the limelight, as it seems like Lottery's making a lot more of aggressive pushes, and Waste Station's just trying to see if an opening will be set up for them.
We get 1 back smack on the side of Lottery, but 3 are now dead for Waste Station. The tables have turned, and now it's a double kill for a Hoodler. Hoodler is pushing into the base. We've got that AR-BR combo with a little bit of a Shroud Shield in our back pocket. So we're set up for some safety. We're set up for a Shield Shredder, and we're definitely ready to get this flag to base, but a little bit of a slide mishap there, and he gets taken down, and now it's Shroom Tech who comes in contact with 2 enemy players, takes down 1, leaves the other at half shields, but that flag run falls dead.
We may be seeing a little bit of an overtime in this 4th game of the series, as Waste Station able to clamp down on any Lottery push for like 6-7 minutes. Like I gotta give it to them in this game. Now it will depend, will Lottery's fast-paced early game action actually win it for them, or will Waystation be able to clamp down and control the tempo of this overtime?
Overtime is not where we want to be. It's toe-to-toe, it's stressful, and Cyber Ninja, Hoodler, Shroom Tech, and Slick as Pie went to see that respawn screen right at the start of overtime, which is not a great start, but like Lottery does best, they bounce back, causing the flag return to fall dead here. But it is F1 Shady with that sniper rifle, switches out for the double kill onto Shroom Tech here. It's a dangerous player here. This right here, these 4 bullets could mean a great push, a flag cap for Waystation if they play their cards right, but no one's in the position to help out F1 Shady. It'd be in his best option to just fall back at the moment.
Certainly. I mean, like, he was trying to set up a play as much as he could, not able to make anything happen. F1 Shady has been considerably, like, the big game setter, or the game, like, maker for Waystation, as he has 22 kills already in this game. He finally does go down, Cyber Ninja being able to take down 2, but then the second major player for Waystation, Rhodey, being able to hold off any sort of push from long haul. Bump and Scatter trying his best to be able to get a flag out, but being barely been able to get out of Lottery's base and immediately getting dropped down by a very good defense by Lottery.
Another flag run going short. Cyber Ninja left a little by himself there, but does end up getting that kill. It's just another toe-to-toe Mexican standoff situation here. As we fight over for mid-map control, we do see another trade situation happen here. Another trade situation happen. 3 fall for Lottery, 4 fall for Lottery. And now Waystation, the 2 players that are left, have to choose whether to maybe push up and wait for the team to catch up, or maybe fall back. There's still enough time on the board, and it does seem that Lottery is pushing in for another flag pull on Waystation's flag. Great grenade.
Great grenade by F1 Shady to be able to take someone from the grave. If I'm dying, you're dying with me. But now, you know, like, Lottery being pushed back by that own spawn trap. Not being able to do too much. CJ grabbing onto the rocket, unfortunately wasting a rocket, but able to get, he doesn't even get a kill with the rocket, but he does immediately drop the rocket and grab his BR to be able to do some action. 1 kill for each team, and it's just been an exhilarating last 3 minutes.
An exhilarating last 3 minutes, but you know what else is exhilarating? The fact that Why Not Be Casting, aka Why Not Be Reckless, has rated us with a party of 60. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for the support, and happy birthday, Tony. You are the love of my life. And fun fact, I only talk to him when I'm pooping.
What? Really?
Wow.
Really? Oh, thank you so much, Why Not Be Reckless, for the excellent raid. Happy birthday. I was not aware it was your birthday today, so like I looked at his stream for a minute and I was just like, oh, there's a lot of people watching your stream today. Let me watch some Halo action. He does not embrace the strength of you know, mouse and keyboard gaming, the superior way to play Halo. Do not call me out in the chat for that. As we start to see Hoodler trying to push as far as he can, getting down, or Rhodey taking down 2, to be able to quickly grab Waystation's flag back. Everyone dead for Lottery yet again, but unfortunately Waystation not able to actually make significant plays with every single player dead.
Another flag run goes dead. It's another story. It's like Twilight. It's a story that never ends, and it's a story that repeats itself over and over again, but we love it anyways. But Bump and Scatter gets another touch, just blindly checks out the base, doesn't really see Shroom Tech there. As Shroom Tech gets 2 with the help of his teammate here, it's a flag pull for Waystation that falls dead, and the story is being retold. We might have to see another overtime here, a second overtime.
Too much. Like, if we see a second overtime, that'd be crazy, because I've never seen a second overtime. Anytime, ever. Never have been casting, never done production. or playing on Empyrean. So 5 seconds remaining, neither team being able to grab. CJ trying to make a play in the last second to try to grab it, but immediately getting back smacked by Slick as Pie. And I'm seeing that we're Tony is
Maybe
saying
even some bats and an ooh. It's all about that first flag cap. Whoever gets the first flag cap wins this game of Empyrean Capture the Flag. So it's all about this opening break.
Opening break. As we continue to see Lottery just pushing forward, able to grab the rockets, but I don't think they're able to make any significant plays. Rhodey having the rockets instead and being able to get a kill, and that's like when you grab, your power weapons, you need to be able to use it efficiently, and it doesn't seem like Lottery is able to do that right now.
Ooh, F1 Shady with a good cleanup with the sniper there. We've got 4 bullets to work with. We are in the enemy base here, just trying to peek and poke, watching that grav lift, knowing the war on terror happens there. A great snipe, but it doesn't do the job there. The melee doesn't come through. Cyber Ninja picks up 2 bullets of that sniper. The FaZe skin looking clean.
FaZe Nation having some representation in the Halo Rec League, as we did see Lottery get kind of into that spawn trap of being able to slowly move out. I'm very surprised that this early game actually went in the side of Waste Station rather than Lottery, but of course, the script can be changed as necessary. Hudler being able to push back Rhodey a little bit. Really, if you're Lottery, you need to be able to deny Rhodey some ability to move around and play, because he's been a devastating player for Waste Station. 3 go down. Can they get the 4th one? No. Cybernation does a little bit of a melee on accident. Must have just been a misclick, but being able to finally have the first flag grab of this death. It's tiebreaker, not death breaker.
We're looking for the death breaker. Someone break the death. Stop dying. It needs to stop right now. And as Waste Station returns their flag, the boom black coming through. We want to see them push up mid-map control, slay out just a little bit on that team of Lottery, push up, maybe spawn trap them a little bit in that tower position, maybe needles if whichever you prefer, but I want to see Waste Station take this tiebreaker.
It would bring us to a Game 5. We all know Game 5s are so much fun to be able to cast, but quickly, ShroomTech taking the overshield and starting to move to try to grab this flag. Little bit of a dangerous move as the only person in the entirety of Waste Station's base area, but quickly being able to take down 2, starting to juggle the flag as fast as he can, trying to desperately get the score and end this. ShroomTech misses the flag, not able to grab it right. This may be devastating, as it does a lot for Waste Station to grab the flag. But
oh my
no,
gosh.
it's scored.
Oh, and they do end up getting that first flag cap, and Lottery looking strong and taking that tiebreaker flag cap for the win. And sadly, we're not